Thanks to the support as a channel member, Max CSGO. Well, the new season starts right here, and we've got the chance to win our third trophy of the season already. We do have to beat Real Madrid to be able to do it, though, so I feel like it might be a little bit tougher than the other two were. Hello and welcome to Club 2, part 43 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin, coming up on today's episode with our first game of the Premier League season away against Sunderland, and then that European Super Cup versus Real Madrid. If you missed the transfer special, you missed us. Still not spending crazy. I'm quite happy with the fact I'm still not spending crazy, but we did sign the striker we've wanted all along, Simon Thompson. He's the one we always wanted. Never mind the guy at Southampton. We always wanted this guy. Look at his beautiful blonde hair, and fingers crossed we're going to see dozens of goals from him today. That's the plan. I know there's going to be people saying, Kev, why are you still not moving clubs? Why? There's no jobs available. That's why. No jobs available. So let's just win everything. We've already got 2 of our 7 trophies won. Let's pick up another one today and get ourselves started on the road to winning the Premier League. As Burton, it seems entirely reasonable. I have just looked at my team and I'm wondering why everybody's not fit. And I've realised Past Kev has decided to stop the save a couple of days before the Sunderland game. So actually, I'll meet you in Sunderland. I have no. He normally goes right up to the next game for me. Past Kev is getting lazy in his old age. Well, we've made it through to match day, and there's still a few of them who aren't fully fit. I think playing in all these pre-season tournament things has taken its toll a little bit. So Amayor not fit, Dubai not fit, Teixeira and Nim both still injured from pre-season. So we're not quite full strength for the first day of the season. I doubt Dudu is going to be my starting right back immediately, at least, but I think it's still a pretty strong side. So we've got Hansen in goal, a back four of Van Veen, Suarez, Kubasi and Dudu. New boys, Artimatis and Bessie in midfield. More new boys, or a new boy, Mejo on the left-hand side, Sanguinetti playing ahead of Stanis because it's Sunderland and we want to have a proper look at Sanguinetti. He's 21 now. This needs to be his breakout year, so let's give him the opportunity to break out. And then O'Donoghue on the right and new boy Thompson up front. This is the most new players we've had involved in a first day of the season team for a little while. So there's always the possibility that it will take them a little while to gel. We've all seen that happen before in Football Manager. But of course, we've played some competitive games already and already picked up a couple of trophies. So maybe they are already gelled. Who knows? What we want to see, of course, is heroics from Thompson. He's our club record signing. We've spent 2 years whinging and whining that I wanted a striker. We've now got a proper out-and-out striker. Please, for goodness sake, based on him costing us more than Erling Haaland cost Manchester City, please let him be any good. Mejo has scored on his debut, so he's a striker we've been chasing for a little while, although really, we're probably going to play him out wide because he's just another one of the many attackers that we've got. You know, we've got one striker, but lots of attackers who can play everywhere else, and 2 of them have linked up there. O'Donoghue playing it into Mejo, and that is 1-0 inside the first 5. It's not, it was the 6th minute. Sort of inside the first 7 minutes of the match, and just temporarily, we are top of the Premier League, boys and girls. That's where we plan to spend the entire season. Burton win the league this year. I'm not guaranteeing it. I think we've got a chance. If the striker's good, if the new signings settle in quickly, I think there's always a chance. We do pay smaller salaries than most teams in the league, and our team is still very young and raw, but obviously the advantage of that means they can make huge improvements over reasonably short periods of time. So if we get 4 or 5 of them who have incredible starts to the season and have a massive boost forward in their ability, all of a sudden we could have proper title contenders. Obviously, Chelsea won the league last year. We finished second and we've just beaten them in the Community Shield. So on our day, we can beat anybody in the Premier League. It's just a question of whether we've finally got that squad depth to allow us to properly rotate and properly be consistent. The fact that we've not got Amayor in the team, Saturday, Sunday's not in the team, Stanis, Dubai, Homo, there's lots of players who've been nailed on starters for us, Oscar, for several seasons now, and they're not in the team today. and we still look pretty strong, that does suggest we've got some decent strength in depth. The one area where I maybe question that is centre-back. Once you get beyond Kubasi and Suarez, I'm not completely confident in the centre-backs that we've got. But I tell you what, Pascal Medjo looks like he was worth pursuing for all those years. He's got his second goal of the game already. Maybe we didn't need to buy Thompson. Maybe we could have just played Medjo up front, which was the plan when we signed him. Plans just changed as I talked myself into it over the course of the transfer special. But Medjo looks like he has got a decent finish on him. That's 2-0. But remember, we got promoted with Sunderland, but we've moved beyond them. We're on a different level to Sunderland now. We're competing with the big boys in the Premier League, and Sunderland are still Sunderland. That's not fair. They're better than Sunderland. They've got a player called Oh Hyun. I like the fact that his name begins with O. Oh Hyun Gyu. That is a great name. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right. Let's. I'm looking down at the bench, wondering what changes we can make to. I forgot we signed Gray. Oh goodness me, we have got some good strength in depth. Wowzers, this is a good team. Right, Medjo's picked up a knock. So Saturday, Sunday can come on for him. We're also going to take off Thompson, who hasn't really done anything on his debut. So Rutter can come on for him. We'll actually put Sunday up front. And then we are going to bring on Colin Gray and give him his Premier League return. Of course, he was in our team this time last year before getting cruelly stolen away from us by Real Madrid because we weren't playing him in the role that they wanted him to play in as part of his loan. Sanguinetti's had a good game today, by the way. We said we wanted to have a look at him to give him the opportunity to maybe get a breakout season up and running. And I mean, he's not been the goal threat that we get from Stanis, but he's certainly been a decent creative force. I think rating wise, he's been the best player on the pitch for us. So can't really complain about that. What we can complain about is our defending here, because they have just danced through us. I mean, I should know better than to name an individual player in the opposition team because he's just created a goal for them. That's what happens. If you pick out opposition players, Football Manager is always listening. Usually they'll score against you, so he's probably still got a goal in him. But he has created the goal that puts us 1-0 down. We're going to take off Dudu and bring on Daniels, and then I think we will also take off... in fact, we don't have anyone to come on for O'Donoghue, so we'll take off Sanguinetti. Stanis can come on. We need Angelo to get fit again to be O'Donoghue's understudy, although really the plan is probably still to sell Angelo because Rutter can cover both sides, Sunday can cover both sides. All these attackers we were talking about before, we don't need a specialist right winger when we've got all these players who can play everywhere. That's lovely work from Rutter, and he slides it across goal, and there's just nobody there for the tap in. It's like watching us from last year again. We've taken Thompson off, and there's no striker on the pitch. I don't know where Saturday, Sunday was, but he should have been on the end of that. Bloomin' heck. Right. Kubasi playing it forward to Artimatis, who plays it all the way back to Hansen. Hansen lumping it forward, looking for the run of Sunday. Sunday flicks it on to absolutely nobody. Lovely stuff from Sunday. I was so excited about him last year. I think I was blinded by his excellent name because, I mean, I guess to be fair, he did have a good end to last season. He started to get into form, but still didn't make it into double figures for goals, which for a £30 million striker, you do expect a little bit more from him. Hansen has scrambled one out of the back of the net there, and we very nearly have given this away at the death. We were completely in control. We've made 5 substitutions and let Sunderland back in the team. Maybe the strength in depth is still going to be a weakness for us this year. But ultimately, we've come to Sunderland, we've picked up a win, and now we're going to go and try and get Trophy 3 against Real Madrid. Easy peasy, right? There has been another little piece of transfer business as well. Faber Yabber has gone to Benfica for £9.25 million. Never really established himself in the team, and we've signed several new midfielders since, so he moves on. Another one for a nice little transfer profit. It's what we do, which means we have about £25 million left in the kitty and plenty of spare wage budget. I'm feeling like if we were to sign one more player, it would probably be an attacking midfielder. Although Medjo can play there and Stanis had a great year last year and we've got Sanguinetti with all that potential, we don't have an outstanding, like, 4-star creative superstar force. There is one available, but he'd be very expensive. Mohamed Toure would probably involve breaking our transfer record again, but I mean, he's everything you would ever want from that attacking midfield position. He's wanted by some decent clubs. I mean, my one worry is if we're going to spend nearly £100 million on a player, he's not someone who's wanted by Barcelona and Man City. He's wanted by that next tier down. So maybe he's not quite as good as I would hope. But, I mean, he's been very good for Monaco for the last couple of years, scoring goals from them out of midfield. He'd be the one. If we were to make a move, he would be the one. It would obviously involve putting a big chunk on the never, never. But when has that ever stopped me? Let's face it. Let's go play Real Madrid. And we've made a few changes to the team for the Real Madrid game. So we've got Debye coming back in at right back. Sunday comes in up front. Stanis and Amo Amour back in the midfield as well. And let's go beat them. Let's go and win our third trophy, shall we? Why on earth not? Let's get the team submitted. I didn't actually look at the Real Madrid side. I assume we're coming up against Bellingham. We are, although they're playing him as a holding midfield player. I mean, they've got Gula and Valverde in the team still, so it's not like they're weak on midfield players. They're quite good, aren't they? I mean, we talk about Burton being a team we could potentially win the Champions League with, and then you look at the state of that Real Madrid team, and it's like, goodness me. Goodness me. We have got a long way to go before we're competing on that kind of level. But, I mean, they're just knocking the ball around. Interesting to see that Bellingham has switched his squad number. He hasn't got the number 5 at Real Madrid anymore. He's moved to his number 22 that I assume that's his favourite number. Is that the one they retired at Birmingham? Probably is. They've already scored, by the way. They've just absolutely carved us open. Come down this left-hand side. And this could be a reality check for us today. We've never played a game of Champions League football, so we've never played a team on the level of Real Madrid before. And we might be in for a little bit of a shock. That being said, we very nearly got an immediate reply. Artimatis with the shot that comes back off the post, and with a little bit of luck going our way, it would be 1-1, and I'd be declaring us the greatest team in Europe, because that's the kind of thing that I would do in that situation. And we've actually had the better of the opening 20 minutes or so when it comes to actually creating chances, XG shots, that kind of thing. Madrid have had one shot and scored from it. Killer instinct. O'Donoghue has picked up a knock, which is so very unusual for O'Donoghue. I love him because, I mean, he's the longest serving player we've got now. We got him in on that free transfer. Was it League One or Championship when we got him in? It was a long time ago now. And we've actually developed a youngster. He signed at 18 for a free transfer, and we've actually turned him into an England international, a top Premier League player. But goodness me, am I frustrated by the amount of times he picks up a knock. And also just his general lack of goals is quite annoying as well. I want to keep him around because he represents the story, but he's a frustration, and he's coming off at halftime here. Sanguinetti is going to come on because Rutter is injured as well. So Sanguinetti getting another opportunity to shine on a high-level football match, playing out on the right-hand side. So the other option, of course, would have been to bring on Thompson and move Sunday out wide. But Sanguinetti, like I say, I want Sanguinetti to work. I don't want to have to go and spend all that money on that guy from Monaco. I want Sanguinetti to look incredible in the first few matches of the season. I mean, Stanis is like, I mean, did last season not count? Is this just a thing? As soon as someone's top scorer, you try and replace them. I can hear I mean, the comments section was mean enough last week with the Leeburn thing. If I then replace Stanis after his season, you're going to get cross. But it's all about continuing to evolve. Never settle, boys and girls. Never settle for what you've got. Always try to improve. That's the goal here. Right, we do need to go attacking because we are losing. We may have forgotten about that. We've gone attacking. We're encouraging, and I'm looking at the players, wondering what kind of changes we can make to try and get us back into this game. Although I suspect, I thought that was going into that top corner. Hansen making the save. I mean, Hansen, as much as Hansen has been great, is that an area we could upgrade? According to my beloved star ratings, he's only a 3-star goalkeeper with no potential to improve anymore. So Is there a proper elite level goalkeeper that we could maybe bring in to take his spot? Probably not, because such a thing is very, very, very rare in Football Manager. But if someone came up, if someone was available, maybe. They're playing Bellingham as a halfback, I've just realised. What a waste. Right, Mejo's going to come on. He was great in that last match. I think we're also going to bring on, I want to bring on Gray against his former club. I'm tempted to get Thompson on now rather than wait, but I don't want to make too many substitutions in one go. I think I am going to bring Thompson on for Stannis, and I'm going to shuffle things around, and we're going to do that. Thompson up front, Sanguinetti in behind, and then Mejo and Sunday out wide. It's a very, very attacking front four. Leaves us with one substitution still to make. We're going to demand more, which seems like an insane thing for us to do against Real Madrid. We're Burton Albion. We shouldn't be demanding anything. We should just be happy to be here and happy we've not been embarrassed. But we're an ambitious club. We want to win the match. Right, Dubai is tiring. So Daniels can come on for him. We've got some tired legs in midfield as well. We've played a lot of football early on this season, and we do seem to be struggling a little bit for fitness. For the second proper game of the season, for us to have 7 players who would like to come off because of tiredness, that's alarming and suggests our pre-season wasn't as good as it could have been. But Sunday got himself into a decent position there, but seemed to hesitate. He didn't know what to do. Mejo plays it into Sanguinetti. Sanguinetti trying to turn it onto his right foot and have the shot, but couldn't get it onto his right foot. And unfortunately, it ends up in the hands of the goalkeeper. We're going very attacking now. We're demanding more again. We're throwing the kitchen sink at this now. We would like that equaliser. An equaliser here would be super duper. Bellingham just fully in control of the midfield once again. And now Madrid attacking down the right-hand side. Mejo trying to track back. Gray is somewhere around here. Gray, you would think, would be the one who wouldn't be intimidated because he was a Real Madrid player last year. So he shouldn't be intimidated by Real Madrid. Neither should Kavasi, to be fair, as a former Barcelona player. Both of them have experienced this team before, you would think, although Kavasi was never really a starter for Barcelona. To be fair, Gray was never really a starter for Real Madrid. I don't think we're going to get into this, are we? I mean, I don't think there's anything to be embarrassed about. Losing 1-0 to an early goal. They've literally scored the early goal and then sat back and made it very, very difficult for us to break them down. But we didn't look like we were being completely outclassed. I don't want to see them lift the trophy. They've ruined my opportunity for a perfect season of 7 trophies already. And we've only played 1 league game, but we weren't out of it. Maybe we'll have quite a good showing in the Champions League. Wouldn't that be lovely? Right, we have got a couple of weeks before the transfer window closes. Like I say, still some money. I imagine we'll be back for our first Champions League game for tomorrow's episode. I have no idea who it will be against yet. Hopefully, someone very exciting. But if you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.